everybody, and welcome to your Energy Booster Academy. I know we are like 35 minutes late to the show. We're so sorry. It's just that we had a little bit of technology mishaps, or technology happens, and it's okay as long as we are patient, and we can always troubleshoot and make this happen. So yeah, if you're new here, my name is Jeanith Padilla, and I am based here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we always do this show every 2 weeks. It's just that I do this every Tuesday afternoon here in the US, or that's Central Time. But since we have a very special guest tonight, and she's all the way from India, the time difference is really crazy. She's like 1,000 miles away. So we're adjusting the schedule, and yeah, we just want to make this happen. So, yeah, once again, welcome to your Energy Booster Academy. And in tonight's episode, we will be talking about the unshakable hope, how to get through tough times, or how to stay motivated in difficult or in tough times. So it's hard, right? I don't know about you, but I have been through a lot of like impossible situations that I already don't know how to thrive on it, on like. But then there is always hope, and if we have hope, then nothing is impossible. We can always make things happen, because in First Corinthians 13:3 it says there are three things that are important on those, and it is love, hope, and faith. So always remember, when you have hope, nothing is impossible. We can always move forward and make things happen and see a brighter future ahead. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you my friend, who is all the way from Guwahati, India. She said it's a northern eastern part of India. And yeah, right now it's Sunday there, and I think it's 9 a.m. So I am adjusting to her schedule. And since tomorrow is Sunday, don't have to wake up early to work. Yeah, I just have to go to Sunday school at 9:30. So yeah, I still have time. But yeah, moving forward, I would like to introduce you to my friend here. I met her during the IMC, the International Maxwell Conference, held in Florida. Oh, like last year, August of last year, when I had my certification there. And yeah, I met this special lady. She was alone. I was alone, and we're just smiling at each other. And yeah, we actually have this photo. I took a selfie with her, and yeah, I just love her the first time I met her. And so here we are tonight, and I'll be introducing her to you. So, in just a minute. Okay, so she is a motivational writer. She got her education from St. Mary in Shillong, Meghalaya, India. I don't know if I pronounce it well or is the right pronunciation, but yeah. So it's a Catholic school, and she graduated as a home science student. She was a preschool teacher here in the US for a few years, but after she had her first or second son, she quit her job and started her own preschool and daycare, which she did for 18 years. And on weekends, she was selling books from her garage. And in 7 years, she founded and managed a successful book publishing company. This makes me so curious. So what is this? Yeah. And these books were sold to thousands of, yeah, these books, I mean, she was able to sell thousands of books all over the world, and she just started that in her garage. Isn't so amazing, right? So a little bit about her background. She is the second daughter. She was born as a second child or daughter to a humble family, and she was taught to be a good human, especially by her father, who was her mentor and her guide. After her education, she was married off in an arranged marriage. You guys, arranged marriage is happen. It's a thing in the world, in the other part of the world, in the other parts of the world. And then she moved to the USA. When she was here in the USA, she was faced, or she had this extreme poverty experience. And yeah, it took her hard work and dedication for her to accomplish her American dream. So life was not easy then. So once she fulfilled that dream, she realized that material things did not bring her lasting happiness. Wow. Yeah. Which we thought, right? Which we thought material things will bring us fulfillment and will make us happy. But yeah, will make us happy, but yeah, not forever. But it won't really make us happy forever. So after that, she filed a divorce. Remember, she was yeah, she had this arranged marriage, and she filed a divorce after 3 decades of being married to this man, and she moved back to India, where she found joy amongst people with low incomes and people in need. So then she was, yeah, we both got our certification together. That time when I met her in IMC in Florida, and that was her massive achievement. And it was more about learning and growing, so she could, that's what she wanted. She wanted to grow and she wanted to learn, so she could help more people. That's why she had that certification, or she dreamed of that certification. She said that life will throw challenges regularly, but never give up hope. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Because I'm so ready and I'm so excited to have this conversation and to hear a story from a friend, from a dear friend, all the way from India. Let's all welcome Miss Shamim Ara. Hi, Sham.
Hi, Janet. Hi, everybody. And I'm so happy to be here with Janet. Like she said, we first met in Florida. And the instant I saw her, I saw the energy that she has. And I'm like, whoa, this is the right time to enter the field that she's entering because she's going to have much more years to work on growth and help all of you as well. I kind of started late, but then, like they say, it's better late than never. And as you can see, we are almost more than half an hour late today because I discovered I am not a technology person. And I told her yesterday that this is my first live streaming and you better help me. So
Oh yeah.
she was in there half an hour early. I also went, but just could not figure out the microphone until finally I gave up the laptop and here I am on the phone. But I am happy to be here. And I told Janet yesterday, I want this session to be very, very informal. And she will be interviewing me and I will be answering questions. I think that would make it more interesting because she's very good at what she does.
Oh,
And
thank you.
yes, you are.
Thank
And
you.
I think she gave a very nice introduction about me, but I will tell you in maybe 2 minutes a little bit about myself one more time.
Yes, go ahead. Take the stage,
Yeah.
Shamim.
Okay. So my name is Shamim. Shamim means fragrance, and Ara is means rain. So my dad named me Shamim, and I was born in a small town in Silchar. It is in the northeast part of India, and I like to call it as home delivery. Because back then women really did not go to hospitals for delivery because delivery was not such a big deal. You just deliver a child at home and the nurse helps you. So I was born at my grandma's house in Silchar, but I was brought up in Shillong. It's a beautiful city in the northeast part of India. It is the capital of Meghalaya. And it is the abode of clouds. It's a lovely, lovely place. And it is called the Scotland of the East. So I was brought up in Shillong, went to St. Mary's, a Catholic school, where I got to know about Jesus, Bible,
Mhm.
everything taught by the nuns. Fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, not sure, I got married in an arranged marriage to a person who was extremely religious. He follows Islam. He writes books on Islam. And the book, Jeanith, that I had told you that I started selling was his books. His name is Hussein. And he used to
Ooh.
write books. He wrote 80 books on Islam. And I started selling them
Your
from the garage.
ex-husband.
Yes, my ex. He's an
Wow.
Islamic scholar. He's an Islamic scholar.
Wow.
Mm. So his books I was selling, and now it's a international company, and it's selling books all over the world, doing very well. But the story behind is that I was taught by my dad, who never followed any religion actually. He just taught us to be good human beings, and he told us uh, just to be good human beings and to respect all religion. But being married to an Islamic family, he was the third generation of person following Islam who all they did was talk, read, write about Islam, which I found very suffocating as well. So there were many issues that showed up in the marriage, and eventually, after 30 years of marriage, I left the marriage and started my life again. So, I mean, my story could be endless, but what I told Janet is about hope. When you have been in a marriage for 30 years to a well off man where I could afford anything that I wanted to, an expensive car, a beautiful house, diamonds, I mean, you name it. But
Wow.
was there happiness? No. So, with hope in
Why?
my mind,
What happened there? Like, like you have all this fancy stuff and
Mhm,
it was empty.
mhm. See, what happens basically is that when a person is, I call it addiction. When we talk about addiction, we always think it is about drugs or alcohol. But
Mm.
addiction can be to work as well. So my ex was
Oh.
addicted to Islam, and I found that very suffocating. And so it was not about the material things, because, like you had already told in the introduction, I was very poor. I had to stand in food get food stamps and wait in lines and go to churches for furniture and clothes for my boys. So I always thought that money will give us happiness. Yes, with hard work, we got the money, the American dream was fulfilled, but he never had time for the family. And all I wanted was a weekend with him, a few hours here and there, but he did not have time for that as well. I know this is a personal story which I don't share
Yeah.
much in public because he's quite a renowned person. But that was the bottom line, that for me, I wanted freedom. So, with
Uh,
the hope that my life will be better, I left the marriage after 30 years, moved to Chicago, enrolled myself in Loyola University to get a degree in social work, and which I could not complete because of COVID. They, shut down the classes. And then, of course, after that, I came across Maxwell Leadership, and which I could do from home and learn. And here I am. So there are so many stories in my life that I never gave up hope. But finally, I find my peace and my happiness amongst the poor, the needy, and my friends in India.
so are you staying there for good now in India or you're
See, my boys are in
only
USA.
here?
My older son just came with his girlfriend and her parents, and my younger son is planning to come. So I will be staying more in India and less in USA, which was a huge adjustment as well. Then again, hope came to the rescue. That yes, I hope and I can see that I am happier here. Do I miss USA? Of course I do. The streets, the beautiful walk, I mean, so many, USA has so much to offer. I do miss that, but I feel that in life we have to give up something to gain something.
I know, right? Yeah, because you can't have it all. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I know, like, wow, people may seem to think that, yeah, you say just hope, but you don't know my situation. Um, I would rather just, give up and do nothing and just let life let life flow to me. Because, you know, um, I don't know. Maybe sometimes we have big dreams, and
Mm-hmm.
when we were little, we thought those big dreams are so easy to achieve. And then
True.
we grow up and find out that, whoop, I thought it was just easy as that. And
Yes.
yeah, right? Because when we were
Mm-hmm.
younger, like, oh, I want to be Superman. Like, we put on the cape and then we
Mm-hmm.
jump off the sofa or wherever or the tree and then we got spanked.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Spanking was
And
common
then now
then.
I'm Superman. And then
Uh-huh.
we dream of. I can still remember when I was younger. Maybe I was in first grade. I was drawing this beautiful house, huge house with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
rooms, and like this will be my house. And then
Mm-hmm.
let's just go back and like,
Yes.
oh, that was so easy when I was younger. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what do you think is the reason why, yeah, as we grow up we seem like to, yeah, become hopeless, that all those childhood dreams, they're that are so big, couldn't be achieved anymore?
So, what exactly was your question?
Like, growing up, we thought when we were younger,
Mm-hmm.
we thought, yeah, we make this big dreams and we thought we could achieve it when we grow up. And then when we
Mm-hmm.
grow up, like, oh, it's not as easy as we thought, and then we settle down to
Mm-hmm.
something easier. What
Mm-hmm.
happened? Why people seem to do that?
See, with experience and with age, our mindset changes too. It is no longer the same. As we get older, we realize that life is temporary, and you see more deaths, you see more accidents, you see suicide, you see mental illness, you see so many different things, and then you start prioritizing that what is more important. Say, for example, me, I would prioritize my health over wealth now, because if I don't have health, all this wealth, whatever little I have, has no value. If I'm bedridden or somebody has to take care of me, I can't even enjoy my own money. So the realization, I think, as we get older, the priorities become different. So I'll give you one small example. When we did not have much money, we were living in Hartford, Connecticut, in a very crime prone area. But we had one room and one kitchen, one bedroom, one small bedroom, another room, and a kitchen, very small.
Mm.
But the unity within the family was there. We got to see each other more often and things like that. We had ramen noodles because we couldn't afford, an expensive meal. But I could see when I look back that we were happier and more connected. What happened over the years in 3 decades is that in fulfilling, because we had like, oh, we need the next car. When you get the next car, okay, now we have a Toyota, but we need a BMW. Then we need a Mercedes. Then we need a bigger house. So what happened in the process from one bedroom, we went to a house where in total, I actually counted how many rooms we had after the divorce, a total of 10 rooms. The laundry room, the basement, the movie theater, the downstairs. I mean, 4 bedrooms, four. I mean, when I count, like I said, I counted later on. I'm like, whoa, that was a big house, which felt so empty when the boys left.
Mm.
So that was our American dream. In the process, both of us didn't have time for each other, and other things happened as well. And so then you ask yourself, like, do I want to be stuck in this huge, big cage forever? And for me, the answer was no. I wanted freedom. I wanted to live life according to my terms because I led a life where I didn't even have the right to choose what to eat. I had to dress up a certain way. I had to cover my hair. I did Hajj. I, the Islamic way of life which I felt quite suffocated. So
Oh,
after
so
divorce,
you converted to Islam to follow your husband,
uh,
to
no,
submit to
I
your
did not.
husband, is it?
No, I did not convert to Islam. I was born in a Muslim family. My mom was
Oh,
practicing.
gotcha.
Yes, my mom
Okay.
was practicing Islam. My dad was not,
Okay, I gotcha.
and he
So when
gave
you
us.
get
And then I
married,
went to a cat. Uh
mhm.
huh.
Okay. All right, so go ahead. Yeah. Sorry to cut you
Yeah,
in
so
that.
when I got married, it was a very Islamic scholarly family, and my dad knew that. So gradually and slowly, in order to keep peace in the family, I started practicing Islam. I did not know how to pray. I learned how to pray, and but every time I would have lots of questions, especially about women, because a lot of things did not make sense. Women's rights, how a woman is supposed to dress, and so many things like that did not make sense to me. And I felt like there is no harm following Islam or Christianity or Buddhism, but that should be a personal choice. No one should force it on you. When somebody forces it on you, it no longer becomes something that you want to do. And I deep down always had too many questions that I did not have answers. So after the divorce, I actually gave up Islam. And following more of what my dad taught me is to be a good human being, to accept every human being the way they are, irrespective of religion or monetary condition or looks or anything else.
So you have a really good foundation there with your father. He
Oh
raised
yes,
you
yes,
well. Yes.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah, I see that you had a lot of tough times. Although,
Hmm.
like from poverty, you guys were able to fulfill your American dream.
Hmm.
Like you and your husband became so successful. And
Hmm.
yeah, so what was the defining moment like along the way, like when we talk about hope, was there something that you wanted to have or to fulfill other than money, and you were so hopeful to have that, and yet
Hmm.
along the way it wasn't really happening, and
Hmm.
so you finally decided to have the divorce, and so you will have freedom. I think that was very liberating when you finally decided to do that, isn't it?
Oh yes, it was so liberating that I actually didn't know what to do with my freedom. It sounds very when all of a sudden you're so free to eat as you please, to be friends with whom you want to be, to travel, to study, it's there are like,
Wow.
whoa, I have these thousands of options that I didn't know. So what the hell do I do now? So I
Yeah.
actually went for counseling because the immediate thing that came, see, we led a very uh, active social life, traveling, giving speeches. Of course, it was all Islam related, but it was a very and he was quite renowned, so we had a very active social life. All of a sudden, see, to this day, I don't know about Islam, but overall, when a woman leaves her husband, it is not as acceptable as when a man divorces the wife. So no one could understand that why was I leaving a successful rich man? But deep down, I knew. And the question that you asked was, I always found the greatest happiness in helping the poor and the needy. And that was my goal, is to eventually lead a life where I can be of help, and that is why I did the Maxwell Leadership program as well, that if I can help some girls grow, if I can strengthen the women community, whether it's Islam or any other religion, I think women to this day struggle with freedom, the right to dress the way they want to marry a man of their choice. I mean, these struggles in India, I see, are still there. So, like I said, the material things, yes, I was enjoying. Of course, we all like big houses and luxury cars and good vacations. But at the end of the day, you really have to sit down and ask yourself, is it bringing me true happiness? And I always found the answer as no. So, when I first wanted a separation from my ex, my children were little. My younger one was just born, and the older one was just 4 years old. But at that time, I went through counseling again, and the counselor said, uh, you have to think about your boys before you take such a major step. Can you raise them on your own and things like that? And so I thought, no, it's quite impossible. And I didn't want them to be part of a broken family. So I like, made that determination, whatever the hell, even the hell comes loose, I am going to stay in this marriage and raise my boys. But deep down, I knew that when my boys left the home, I would leave as well. And that's what I did with hope. Like I said, life will be better. But I made my mistakes, as I had told you earlier. And even then, it was so easy to give up hope again. But I'm like, no, hope is the last string that I have to hold on to, and I have to hold on to that string and get up and rise and swim again and teach others also not to lose hope, because it is so easy to lose hope.
Yeah, that's true. But where are you getting this strength to hold on to hope?
If you ask me, the story goes way ahead, and I have not shared this story in public. When
Mm.
I was 22, I had shared a few bits here and there. A lot of stories you can't actually
Oh yeah.
talk it out in public. But I would like to share, when you say, where did I get that hope? So when
Yeah.
I was 22 in Shillong, I had a rape attempt. And after that, I developed a fear of men.
Mm.
Wherever I saw men, I'm like, I would get anxiety even on the streets and things like that. After that, from the fear, I developed mental illness where I don't even remember a few days of my life. When I ask my
Oh.
mother, she tells me that you were like speaking in English like you were a speaker and giving talks in public. I'm like, what? So I was completely out, for a few days, and I had that mental illness attack a few times. After getting married and moving to USA, when I was pregnant with my first child, the gynecologist told me the medicine that you are having is about on bipolar, and you have no bipolar symptoms at all. So if you don't stop the medication now, it will affect your son. So my son right now is 31 years old, and I stopped medication then. And to this day, I have not had any issues with mental health. Yes, I had depression because of a stressful marriage. Uh, so, in that, I will tell you this story. So, when I was going through that phase, the only thing that I remember was that I had become like a star. And wherever I go, I am spreading happiness and helping the poor and the needy. So
Mm.
that is where I got my strength that no, my life has to have a bigger purpose. It's not just not eating, sleeping, and driving nice cars. My goal is much higher, and I felt like what my mom told me, what I was doing. I felt like with Maximum Leadership, I have become a speaker, and I talk from my heart. I prepared no notes today. I always speak
Oh
from my
yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Wow.
that's the hope. Every time I go down, I remind myself that no, the only thing memory that I have when I was going through mental illness is that I'm improving people's lives. And I think that is God's way or the universe's way of telling me that you can't stop. You can't stop. And this is the first time I've actually shared the story in public.
Wow, thank you so much for that. What an honor. That's the reason why first and foremost I am doing this show. It's for us
Mhm.
to learn from each other so we can grow together and become the best version of
Mhm.
ourselves. Because sometimes we thought that it's just us, things are
Mhm.
happening to us in people's
Mhm.
lives, other people's lives are better, and we start to envy or jealous, get jealous
Mhm.
with the kind of life that they have, especially with social media. People are showing
True.
off their highlight reels and not showing their
Mhm.
down moments. And then
True.
so we forget that human as we are, we all have our
Mhm.
stories, our we all have
Mhm.
our lows and highs in dark
Mhm.
moments. moments that we
Mm.
are down. And I don't know about you, but I have a lot of moments too. Like, oh,
Yes.
moments that I'm sad. It's not always like I wake up and I'm so happy. It's not always like
No,
that.
it doesn't
There
work
will
like
be
that.
moments that like, oh, I just don't want to go to work today. I just
Uh-huh.
don't want to do anything today.
True.
And yet I am so, um yeah, I'm just so happy to have you here tonight on sharing your story, because who is gonna uplift our friends? Who is gonna uplift
Mhm.
other people but us? And I'm
Mhm.
so inspired by what you said, that you are here for a purpose, not just to enjoy
Mhm.
life,
Mhm.
eat good food, drive luxury
Yes.
cars, and live in a beautiful house. But we are here
Yes.
for a purpose. We are here for others, to help others,
Mhm.
yeah, to contribute, to give what we have, not just money but our talents and
True.
whatever resources that we have, to help each other.
Mhm.
Because sometimes we think that, oh, I'm so lonely, right? Do you have that?
Mhm.
I would have that moments like, nobody's there, nobody's gonna
Mhm.
come and help me. But if we
True.
stand up for each other, then we are gonna create a beautiful world, right, Shami?
Mhm.
And so that's
Yes.
why you are here. We are here, and we're here to lift each other.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Especially we women need to support each other, to this day, I find that we need more support amongst women, and to let the women know that yes, we have gone through everything, unwanted touching by men, mental illness, poverty, loneliness after divorce, loneliness after the children grow up and leave the home, and so many issues. Each issue that everybody else is facing, I am facing as well.
Right.
Just because I look strong on the outside and I look like I have everything, I'm going on good vacations, life is not like that all the time. And the whole reason I share my good days and bad days in public is that yes, we all have bad days, but we need to get up and keep going. A friend of mine had told me once that cry your heart out, but make an appointment with your tears as well. Make sure not to cry all day. Cry for 5, 10, 15 minutes, wash your face, listen to music, and tell your tears that I'm going to meet you another day. I love that.
That's
I
really
love
true. That's really true.
that.
So there are a lot of tools that we can use every time that we feel down or
Mhm.
hopeless, or yeah, we face a lot of
Mhm.
moments like raising kids. It's not easy. Raising
No.
kids, becoming a good wife to your husband,
Mhm.
going to work at the same time, and doing all the
Mhm.
chores, cleaning the house, and those things
Mhm.
might be simple, but
Mhm.
when you do all those stuff,
Mhm.
it's a lot.
It
And
is a lot. Mhm.
sometimes we feel like we're not enough,
True, true. Like a robot. You feel like a
like a
robot.
robot.
Because I remember when I first went to USA, I was working daytime as a teacher. Evening, I was working at TJ Maxx. And weekends, I was working at TJ Maxx. And now when I look back, I'm like, whoa, how the hell did I do it? you know so what I feel is that whatever challenges come, we can't just sit with hope alone. See, if you say, oh, I'm hopeful tomorrow is going to get better, it does not work like that. Hope and work has to go side by side. You hope to get a degree, but you got to study, right? You can't have a degree without studying. You
Correct.
hope that your children will turn out well, but you have to give time to your children, quality time. So hope and work has to go together. If you hope for a better health, you better start eating healthy and doing your regular exercise. So hope has to be there, but a plan also has to be there. That in order to reach this hope and this goal, I need to go through this. And then there will be time that something else will hit you and you again fall down and then you again get up with hope that yes, if I have managed so many things in my life before, now also I can face whatever comes my way.
This is such a beautiful topic. I'm so fascinated. Yeah,
Uh,
like, everything has to come with action, and not
mhm.
just it should be intentional, not unintentional.
Yes.
We cannot throw spaghettis all over the wall and just do
Mhm.
stuff blindfolded,
Yes.
just maybe it's gonna work, or maybe that's,
Mhm.
'cause it's like, if we are working on our health and we are hopeful to be healthy, then
Mhm.
we need to, yeah, just what you said, we need to
Mhm.
exercise and
Yes.
get up and eat healthy food, and do
Yes.
these stuff, like, asking a good question to better
Mhm.
serve what we are hoping for. So, like,
Exactly.
right, so if we are hoping
Mhm.
for, yeah, for better health, then what should we need to do in order to achieve that? Because, like, we're just hoping and hoping and
Yes.
not doing, then
Mhm.
nothing's gonna
It's not gonna work.
do.
It's not
Yeah,
gonna work.
right. But
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
everything has to start with hope, right?
Oh yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Because if you give up hope, there's nothing else left, right?
Nothing. That's right. It's
Nothing
so
else left.
good. What is
Yeah.
left? Like, you'll just, yeah.
Uh-huh. Nothing else
That's
is left if you
why,
give up hope. Mhm.
yeah. Because if there is
Mm.
no hope, then it's like giving up on
Just
something
give
that,
everything up. Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So,
Because what normally happens when people give up hope, they go to other means, unhealthy means to deal with it. It could be alcohol, it could be overdoing anything, you know. So I think when we have hope, we deal with life's problems in a healthy way because that hope keeps you going, that yes, I can do it. Yes, I
that's
can do it.
right. Yeah, because, yeah,
Mhm.
you're right. When you lose hope, when somebody lose hope, then he or she will divert it into other stuff, specifically
Unhealthy stuff. Uh-huh.
negative stuff like
True,
addiction,
true.
drug addiction, alcoholism,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
laziness, not just going to work anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
just, let life just whatever it is. And,
Mm-hmm.
as a mom, as a parent, I just made a short video about that. Like, I can
Mm-hmm.
give up on a lot of stuff, but not on my kids. But because,
Mm-hmm.
give up on your kids, like, what's going to happen to their future?
Exactly, exactly. You got to try your best. See, the thing is that nobody teaches us how to be parents, and most of us don't plan. When I say we don't plan properly, when to have a child, or what are we going to do with this little child that comes out of nowhere? I'm like, oh God, he cries all night, and I also cry with them. And what am I going to feed? How am I going to put them to sleep? Especially in USA, where we don't have grandparents or family support, all of a sudden you're like, my gosh, this little baby, what am I supposed to do with it? So
True.
what we do in that case is that we don't plan for a child. We don't plan life the way we should plan. Yes, life will never go as planned, but I
Mm.
think with the children what happens is that no one teaches us how to be a good parent. We just have to figure it out on our own.
That's true. It's like a trial and error. That's why it's the hardest thing in the
Yes,
world. Yeah,
yes,
it's easier to go to a job because you're trained how to do it.
exactly,
But when
exactly,
you
exactly.
become a parent, nobody's saying how to become a parent
No.
and how to deal with different emotions that your children are
Mm-hmm.
throwing at you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's just very overwhelming.
It is very, very overwhelming. And see, each child is different. So even
That's
if I tell
right.
you do this with your child, it most likely it's not going to work because your child is different, their experience is different. Even the second child is not the same as the first child because they are totally, their own individuals. So I love one poem by Khalil Gibran. I don't know the exact words, but the bottom line is that the children come through you, but they don't belong to you. They look into
Right.
the future and we try to raise them according to our past. And I find tremendous strength in that. But like I said, nobody teaches us how to raise children. This is something that we got to do on our own. And so I ask, when I counsel many people, especially the younger people who are entering marriage, I always tell them the why, use the WHY, why. Why are you having a child?
Yeah.
And you will know the answer. Are you having because of society pressure, because somebody is saying you need to have a child? Are you having a child because your age is running out and you're almost 35 and you think you're going to hit menopause and not have a child? So these are wrong reasons that you to have a child. You have to have the right answer as to why you're having a child and how you are going to raise it, whether it's financial. Because see, I have no regrets of having two boys. They are the biggest pleasure of my life. Was raising them easy? No. So we did not do our homework. We ourselves didn't have enough to eat. And here we are bringing a child. How the hell are we going to feed him? You know? And then we have another one that, oh, this brother needs a companion, so let's have another. Now, double trouble, right?
Mm, yeah, that's right.
So,
Double
like
trouble.
so like I said, no regrets. But looking back, now I would tell couples that do your homework. And a big homework that needs to be done is the couple getting along? Is the husband and wife getting along? Yes, there will be fights and minor issues, but if they are having major issues where in every fight they are saying that, okay, I'm out of the door, then they need to think 100 times before they have a child.
Yeah, but some people have kids or will, I know some people will have unwanted children, and
Yes.
yeah, and it all go boils down to the child's experience because
Mm-hmm.
not both parents are ready for that child. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, it just breaks my heart because the kids or the children are the future
Mm-hmm.
of our society, of our generation. They'll be the future leaders and world changers. And so
Mm-hmm.
if we don't raise them well, then what's going to happen to the world, right?
Exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
directly parents responsibility in how to raise
Mm-hmm.
children who are
Mm-hmm.
responsible. And yeah, but I think it also takes, yeah, parents who are matured and ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm so thankful, when I go through this personal development journey or personal growth journey, because it helps me a lot in my parent
Yes.
journey. I think,
True, true.
yeah, yeah, because I just realized that if I don't grow myself, then I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be a good mom, a better
Exactly.
mom to my children. So investing in
Mm.
myself really is investing to my
True.
children's future.
Absolutely. Mm. See, the difference between your generation and my generation is that during our generation, we didn't have a phone. We didn't have access to growth. We had nothing. We had a landline that, uh, you know, uh, you would just hear the ring and answer and talk and be done. So now your generation has so much access, whether it's YouTube or whether it's podcasts, whether it's so many things. So even if you don't go to school, you can sit home and learn about everything and grow, like you said, how parenting skills, what to avoid, what not to
Yes.
avoid. For me, like the simple little
Yeah,
question I'm asking Google, we did not have that. So for us, it was
true.
absolutely alone, especially in USA where I had no relatives, zero relatives from my side.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
of
when I look at my boys now, I'm like, oh, I didn't do a bad job.
course. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So you
Yeah.
are lucky actually in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
technology wise.
That's really true. So there's no reason right now not to be able to tap on those contents that will help,
Exactly.
yeah, that will help us answer those questions that,
True.
that needs answers, like how to become a better
Yes,
parent, how to become a better mom, how to be a better wife, a
exactly.
better husband, because everything's
True.
there. Everything is
Everything is there.
accessible. Like this one,
Exactly.
this content that we are doing right now, like
Hmm.
they'll just learn one thing here, they can apply it, and boom, their
Hmm.
life will
Yes.
change.
Yes, that's the hope. That even if one life changes from our experience, that's, I mean, what more do you need? What more do you need?
Yeah, James Clear said that we only need 1% growth
Mhm.
every day. And when we are
Yes.
consistent to that, then
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, like wow, what a beautiful life it will be.
Mhm.
But like there will still be struggles.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, but when you have a
Mhm.
different mindset, when you have a growth
Mhm.
mindset, you'll always
Mhm.
have hope, right?
Hope and come out. Hope to come out and hope to do better. Yes.
Yeah. And
Hope to
you
do
will
better.
you will do intentional actions
Mhm.
in order for you
Yes.
to move forward and have a better
Exactly.
life. And like, yeah, so what are
Mhm.
we doing here? Like, come on. There is no more
Mhm.
reason to lose
Mhm.
hope because
Yes. Yes.
according
And
to
also,
yeah, you said
okay,
that if there is no hope, then there's nothing, there's no reason to live at all.
yes, yes.
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
got to hope. Yeah, you have to hope. I mean, it's simple. Hope has to be part of your daily life. See, not a single day goes as planned, right? We get up in the morning, like for us, I'm a very punctual person. I got the award for the most punctual teacher. and today
Wow.
I'm like, and today I'm like, God, I was having anxiety because our microphone was not working. But we didn't lose hope. We both kept laughing about it, right? We could have
Yeah,
complained. We
right?
could have complained. We
We
did
both
not
have,
complain.
we did not complain. We were like, I was
No.
just also patiently waiting for you. Like, what about you do
Yeah.
this?
And I never had this issue on my computer. I was so confident that it's going to work. And
Whoa.
boom, it doesn't work. And so, but then, see, I think whatever we want to talk to, we will be tested.
Yes,
I,
that's what I'm gonna
mm,
say too. Yeah, in this
mm,
life, we will always be tested.
yes. Especially about what we preach. So we better be careful what we preach.
I
Think twice before you preach. Because what we preach
True,
will be tested even
true,
more. We'll be-
true. That's why self-awareness is really important.
Mm.
Like, oops, what
Yes.
did I do? I wasn't congruent with what I said.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And that's
Right?
shameful.
Yes, yes, that's
Yes,
very
yes.
shameful. Like, that's
Uh,
integrity. I always
exactly.
yeah, one of my goal is just to become authentic, like take it or leave it. This is
Yes.
me. If you don't like me, it's okay. I
Yeah,
like me anyway.
exactly. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, everybody is not going to like you, right? And
Yeah,
when you go
yeah.
through major changes in life, you are going to lose a lot of people left and right.
True.
I have lost all the friends I had, very close friends. I have
Wow.
lost them all, but I have made new friends. And so, any life changing event, you are going to lose a ton of people. You
Yeah.
are. And if you're stagnant and going with the flow and living a life based on society, what society will say, what society will not say, you are more accepted. The minute you break societal rules, you will be discarded. But in that, when they discard you, you have hope that, okay, I'm going to meet like minded people and life is going to be just fine. And it takes time. I am not where I am in an instant. It took me 4 or 5 years to be where I am, where I can share a story and not cry. Because
Wow.
every time I was sharing a story, I would break down, even in public recordings and all, I just completely broke down. But it took me 4 or 5 years to tell my story, whether it is a rape attempt, whether it is mental illness, a marriage that did not work. I mean, so many things, or loneliness, and not get emotional about it. Did it take time? Of course it did. Of course it did.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. For sure, because yeah, we are growing. When we are growing, we're moving
Mm-hmm.
forward, or we're becoming better, we're becoming stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you are just reaping what you saw. You are just
Mm-hmm.
harvesting right now what you have planted. And so you're coming out right
Mm-hmm.
now as a beautiful person, so strong and so
Mm-hmm.
ready to share
Mm-hmm.
your story to the world so people can learn from you. And
Yes.
that is just amazing because not a lot of people will share their story because they're, you know,
No.
afraid. ashamed of what
They're
other
afraid of,
people will
yeah,
say. Yeah, we're always
exactly, exactly.
we're always afraid of what other people will say if we say something. And
Exactly, exactly.
true,
Uh-huh.
if we do something, we're like, oh, what will this person or yeah, what will my families and friends will
Mm,
say? And so we don't come out
exactly,
as
exactly.
exactly who we are. And so
Mhm.
we are being imprisoned. That's actually jail.
Exactly.
When you're not acting
True,
to who you really are,
true.
you're not being true to
Mhm.
yourself, you are in jail.
Mhm.
And there's no freedom in there.
Exactly, exactly.
And
Mm.
so, yeah, I'm so happy for you
No,
that finally you're
there is no
free.
freedom. Mhm. Oh yeah, finally I'm free. Took me 30 years. That's why I like Nelson Mandela's book that he wrote in prison. I'm like, oh wow,
Wow,
he
I need to
inspires
read
me
that.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he inspires me so much. So our goal is, to be an inspiration that, yes, look at us, we have gone through hell. It's not that I'm showing off or anything, but that we have gone through hell, and you might be going through a kind of hell now, but don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Mm.
Yes. Because, yeah,
So,
hope will help you move forward and conquer the
oh
giant.
yeah, oh yeah, yes, yes. Because whenever we
Um,
lose something, we gain quite a few more. See, if I had not lost the stability of marriage does provide stability, that much I'll tell you, and comfortable life, and to give up my car, give up my jewelry, give up my 10-room house, and move to a one-bedroom apartment in Chicago with a lovely view, you saw, where I'm happier. Yeah, so hope made me take the next step and the next step. And coming back to India after 30 years was not easy. There is dust everywhere, the crowd, the heat. But then you keep hoping that, yes, this is where, at this point of my life, I was meant to be. And I think USA prepared me to come and do whatever I'm doing now. Because if I were in India, I think I personally feel maybe I would not have learned as much that I learned going to USA. And that was the purpose behind, I think, getting into an arranged marriage, going there, facing life there, and coming back with all the experience and give it back to this community.
yeah, I just would like to. This is very related to your story. I just want to share this. This is a verse in the Bible. I know you don't do religion, but yeah, this is a Bible,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm. Yeah,
Joel,
no, very
yeah.
good. Mhm.
Joel 2:25. And I will restore you the years the locust has hath eaten, the cankerworm and the
Mm,
caterpillar and the palmer worm, my great army which I sent among you. So it's just saying that God
mm,
will restore the years
mhm,
that you that you
mhm,
maybe are that we wasted, because like
mhm,
for the 30 years that you are raising this family, but like
mhm.
raise your boys, there's no regret there at all.
Yeah.
But right now you're just free. God is giving
Mhm,
you all this time in the world for you to
mhm.
do your mission.
Exactly, exactly.
And
You know what I used to pray? I used to constantly pray that, God, I don't want my next 30 years the way my last 30 was. And to be honest with you, the last 5 years, I have experienced so many things in life that I never have experienced before in 30 years.
wow.
The good, the bad, and not so good, but meeting new people, men especially, and I mean, a whole new experience, traveling to new places, trying wine for the first time, trying alcohol for the first time in my life, wearing a sleeveless, for the first time in my life. See, these little things everybody takes for granted. But for me, wearing sleeveless for the first time in my life after leaving the marriage was like, I felt naked. I was like, wow, we're not supposed to show our arms, and here I am wearing sleeveless. I felt like I was committing some kind of sin or something. So look at the programming that's in the mind. You have to unprogram it. That, yeah, showing my arms is not a
Wow.
sin. Showing my hair is not a sin. And I experiment with my
Wow.
hair. So little things that everybody takes for granted. I
Mm.
had to experiment it and find it and experience it. and
Well,
hoping to experience many more. And going gray is one of my. I'm hoping to look better in gray
oh yeah,
and not
yeah.
color
You
my
are
hair anymore.
beautifully. You're beautiful. You are so beautiful, Shamim. Yes, and that's
Oh
for
God.
sure. But I just see you glowing and so happy. You're full of joy,
Yes,
actually.
I am.
You're fulfilled, and you are really
Mm.
doing the life that right now you're fulfilling the life of your dreams.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Mhm.
And you
Meeting new people. Yeah.
you still have more years to come, and you still have more
Yes, I
people
hope
to
so.
help and
I hope so.
inspire. Yeah, you're taking care of
Uh,
yourself, and this is where
uh-huh.
hope is coming from. Like
Mm.
right now, this is just the your this is your dream life. And this is all
Mm.
because you hope for this. You envisioned
Yes,
this in the past, and now you're
yes.
making it happen.
Yes, finally I'm ready, I feel, to go out there. Because see, whenever like some TV stations and other people would ask me for interview, immediately I would be no. Even say, for example, if 3 years ago you asked me to be on the show, I would have said no. Because I felt like I'm not ready to share my stories yet. Because I first need to stabilize myself, to be able to tell my stories. And it took a long time, and I had to go through many ups and downs, and again back to hope again.
Yeah. So what was the defining moment? Like, what happened in your life that made you feel like I'm ready?
Once I was done with my parenting, and I saw my boys doing very well in their life, whether it was education wise. My younger son, you saw, just wrote the book Advice from America. The older one also is doing very well, and they are good human beings. That's the main thing. uh, Once I saw that they are good human beings and they can face the world, that's the time I felt like, yes, it is now my time to live. My duty was done, and I thought, okay, it's finally time for me to live and fulfill my own dreams. And my one of my biggest dreams after I went to USA in 1992 was to enroll myself in a college. But since I didn't have the money, this dream was always back of my mind, and that is why the first thing after divorce I did was to enroll myself in Loyola University. I had a lovely experience with them, and that was my dream to
Are
attend
you
a college
still
in USA.
Yeah, are you still finishing that college dream, or you're good now with your certification with Maxwell?
See, my college dream is not online classes. My college dream is to sit among in a classroom of students
With
and listen
students.
to a teacher face to face. That dream is yet to come true. I hope it'll
Oh,
come true
I
one
am
day.
looking forward to that. It's never too late. It's never
Yes,
too late. Yes, yes.
yes. So that is my dream: is to sit in a classroom setting, not online classes. Which after COVID it became difficult, but yeah, that is on like in my bucket list.
And it's happening because you already
I hope
hoped
so
for it.
too.
Yes,
Yeah.
when you have the vision, first you have the
Uh-huh.
vision, and then you hope
Yes.
for it, and then you
Mhm.
make it happen, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it all
My thing
starts
is
with
giving
the
up. My
vision.
battery is giving up on this. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, well, we're gonna wrap up, but I just want to mention this is I'm learning from your story. Uh,
Hmm.
when you said about like the time that you were ready to go out, you saw your
Hmm.
boys are stable and all that stuff, that made me realize that truly there is time for
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
There is time for everything. We don't need to rush,
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
because what is bound to happen is going to happen.
True. True. Hmm.
And yeah, that's a very inspiring for me because I always
Hmm.
rush. I have the tendency to always rush, do a lot of stuff in
Hmm.
one time. I always like, yeah, I have to do that and finish and accomplish and then
Hmm.
all the stuff, and then I have to do it, like, right. And yeah,
Uh-huh.
I always have to remind myself, Jeanette, stay calm. there is time for
Yes.
everything. And like
Yeah.
right now you're also just confirming that to me, that wisdom, because that is
Yes.
very, that's priceless. That's a wisdom that
Mhm.
I need to be, and everybody has to be reminded that
Yes.
we
Yes.
don't need to rush. There
No,
is time
no need to rush. Yeah.
for everything.
I personally feel everything comes in life at the right time, but sometimes we get impatient.
We are. We do.
Mm,
That's very
yes.
true.
Yes. Yes.
So just like the seeds, right? Like it's be
Mhm.
when you plant the seeds, it won't give you a fruit right away.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
have to wait for that seed to grow
Mhm.
for many years. And yeah,
Exactly.
that like an
Exactly.
oak tree, it won't become an oak tree that strong if we won't wait for many years for it to become an oak
Mhm.
tree. Like,
Oh yes. Mm.
but yeah,
The
yeah,
seed of
I
hope.
love
Let us
this.
call that the seed of hope. The oak
The
tree
seed
example
of
that you gave, a lovely example, is the seed of
ah,
hope of the oak tree. We need to be like
oak
an oak tree.
tree. Yeah, they said if
Yes.
you want a small tree, then you can have it. But
Mhm.
that's not as strong as the oak tree. If you
True.
want an oak tree, you need to be patient enough to wait
Patient.
for
Oh
it.
yes.
Patient,
Mhm.
yeah, for it to grow and to
Yes.
become strong. So yeah, I want an oak tree, not a regular tree.
Yeah, my thoughts are completely gone. So, but I think you can still hear me.
Yes, 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 yeah.
Okay, good, good.
So
Let me raise the
yeah,
volume a little bit. We don't
okay,
want to lose. Like
yeah.
we're all. It's quite late for you, actually.
Yeah, it's already 11:05, but yeah, I'm so
Ah,
fired up with this conversation. But yes, I think it's time to wrap up too. But yeah, what is an important piece that you want to leave to our audience tonight, or if they're gonna watch this on replay, if there is one thing that you want them to remember, what is it? Sha, you're freezing.
my connection is getting.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Maybe she's low bat. Maybe she ran out of battery, but let me send her a message. But you all guys, this is really a very interesting topic tonight. Um, cause yeah, what's gonna happen to us if we don't hope? Like, yeah, she's back. There.
Yes, I think we lost each other for a little bit.
Yeah. So go
So
ahead. Yeah.
I will wrap up. It was first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to this show. And second of all, my apologies that my microphone was not
It's
working.
okay, and you're welcome. What a
And
pleasure to have you here.
so, what I would like to tell everybody that is watching is hope again. Whatever you are going through now is not going to last forever. Good
True.
times and bad times as well. So if we have the mindset that our good times is also going to end and our bad times is also going to end, it kind of is connected. Unless we go through bad times, we are not going to appreciate the good times. So I think there's a universal law that good and bad has to go side by side. Laughter and tear has to go side by side. So uh, tears and laughter both are important. Good times and bad times both are important. The only trick or the only thing that you need to keep telling yourself during bad time that this too shall pass and days will get better. Get up, make your cup of tea, go for a walk, take care of yourself, and things will fall into place.
I love it. Thank you so much, Shamim. And where can people find you? How can we support you? What do you have in the world to offer? We want to support you on that.
Right now, I am involved with a couple of old age homes. See, the elderly to me are as helpless as a child. In India, people like three, four generations lived in the same house, and so they were all taking care of each other. But now what I see when I come back to India is that the elderly are just being thrown out by kids sometimes, or
Oh.
sometimes the elderly are choosing not to be in their children's lives. So I'm involved with a couple of old age homes. There are about 160 of them. And my goal is to fulfill their dreams. Like a lady, she wanted a sewing machine. I offered her that. They never had pizza before, so one day I got pizza for all of them. And so
Oh,
I go there from time to time and ask them what is their dreams, and sometimes I collect funds to fulfill those dreams.
wow.
So right now I'm doing that. My ultimate goal is to start an old age home for us as well, because what for us the next step is like I'm going to be 59 this year, and I feel when I see 70, 75-year-old, I'm like, okay, if I live, my next thing is also going to be the challenges are going to be the same. So my one of my goal is to start an old age home, which I don't want to call old age home because we are not like limping yet.
Yeah.
But then to start a good quality old age home and with the profits of that, help the people who cannot afford an old age home. So that is one of my dreams.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love that. Where can people follow you and find you?
I am mostly on Facebooks. I don't like to be in too many platforms at the same time. So I have Shamim's World, where I have about 8,000 followers. That's somewhere you can reach me in Shamim's World, and my personal page
Shamim's
where I
World. Is it
Shamim's
Shamim's?
World. It's a public page. It's a motivational page that I have been doing for about 6 years now, I think.
Is this Shamim's
Yes,
World?
I'll send you the link.
Is this? Can you see
uh,
it?
no, no, not this one, not this one. Oh,
Okay,
I
so
didn't know there was another Shamim's World.
I don't know. How do you spell that?
Shamim apostrophe S and WORLD.
Okay. ShamI.
M apostrophe S
Okay. And then
word
world.
WORLD. It's one word. Try one word.
One world. One word.
No,
One.
no space. Don't give space.
Okay. So you guys, you can follow Shamim's World in
Not
Facebook.
this one. Not this one. The wrong one is coming.
Oh, not
Mm.
this one.
Not this one. Not this one.
Okay. 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 But
I'll
yeah,
send you the link.
we'll
And you can
find you
share if
there.
you want.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, thank you so much for your time tonight.
You're
It's
welcome.
night here. It's morning to you, and this is awesome. I love this conversation. Like, like we just do this casually and let people learn from it. But yeah, thank you so much for your time. But I'd like to share this verse in the Bible. It's
Yeah.
Isaiah 40:31.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we will do it again. This time, hopefully, you'll go see it. Have a good
For
night.
sure. For sure.
Bye from Guwahati, India.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm just gonna say this, and this is very important too. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And that's in Isaiah 40:31. That's one of my favorite verses in the Bible. And like, yeah, if I lose hope, I just go there and meditate on it. But this is
That,
so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your story and for just being
thank
so
you.
vulnerable. Yes, we'll do this again soon. And yeah,
Sure, sure,
I'll see you
sure,
in the
sure, sure.
backstage. Don't go yet, okay? We'll end this stream and I'll see you in the backstage for just 1 minute. I love you all, guys, and have a great
Okay.
rest of your day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Janet. Bye. Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.